that opened up a different world for me that I didn't even know that it even existed. A lot of people not even aware, man, but in order for you to level up with your bag, get your money up, you're gonna have to get out the rat race and adopt a new mindset, because most of us come from that rat race mindset. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, with me, just taking me for an example, like I remember, even like when I done my first deal was, my real estate deal was 12.5, like I still had a poor mindset. And I remember my mentor at that time, like, and this is why it's so important to have sense of awareness about yourself. 'Cause a lot of people not even aware of this shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember at that time, around that time I closed my first real estate deal, he was like, I was asking him a certain amount of questions, and then he realized, and I remember I was driving in the car with him in the passenger seat, he was like, damn, you're like an empty book. Like, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But at that time it hit me, and I felt that. I didn't know nothing. Like I just come from a background like most of us, where we're in this little circle, this little bubble. Like I'm born and raised in Norfolk, Virginia, grew up most of my life in Virginia Beach, but that's still a small townish area. But when you're living in that area, like you think that's the whole world. So that's all I knew was that little 757 area. But he was just like, damn, like you're like an empty book, Antonio.
So when was it that you realized that you needed to get out of that, or that was your mindset at that time?
When he told me I was an empty book, and I realized that I just had a book cover, but I had no pages in my book. I didn't really know business. I wasn't self-aware. And being at that time, I come from the music business, and I'm not knocking music business at all, because that's still a business. But me specifically in the music business, I was locked up in the studio 15 hours a day banging out beats, but I wasn't learning anything other than I know how to make some tracks. You get what I'm saying? But once I got into the real estate world, I started learning business organization, and most importantly, I learned how to be around people and talk to people. I don't have to talk to people in the studio making a beat. You get what I'm saying? Like I didn't even want to talk to people, but I learned how to talk to people, and I started being around more white collar people. So being more around more white collar people, specifically for me, that opened up a different world for me that I didn't even know that it even existed. I didn't know I can flip a house without using any of my cash or credit. I didn't know that, even if I have bad credit, and I started this late, like halfway into my real estate game, that I can get my credit up to par by just paying a couple, $500,000 just to get some inquiries off, or just, get these little things that's messing up my late payments on my credit. I can get those off. I can get my credit pretty much up to an 800, 790, 850 credit score pretty much in a month's time, and start over. And now I got credit to leverage. Like, I didn't know that. You get what I'm saying? But like a lot of people are not aware of these things. You can add trade lines to your credit. You get what I'm saying? And you can leverage that. That's a whole nother animal. You get what I'm saying? You can use real estate as collateral to take cash out and leverage to buy more properties. It's just little things like that I wasn't aware of, and I started adding on pages in my book over time by being aware that I was an empty book. So I was basically being open. I allow myself to be open to learning. You get what I'm saying?
So you knew that at that point. You realized that you were an empty book and you need to kind of change your mindset.
Yep.
But at that time, once you realized it, some people, they might find out something, and they still won't want to change their mindset. So what was something that you felt like actually helped you go in to change that mindset?
Well, I started being more aware of people like me that was getting to the bag at the time. And usually people from my opinion, I think people react more when they see somebody that's similar to them that's getting to something. Like if somebody sees somebody that kind of look like them, it's a little bit, not verbatim, but like a little bit they look like them and they can relate to, they're like, man, they feel like they can touch them. That just say, for example, they got an exotic whip or something, right? They're like, damn, if he can do it, I can do it. I want to know what he's doing, right? So with that being said, I was starting seeing, like, my mentor at that time, that's when I was in the book, I felt like he was similar to me. We kind of come from the same cloth per se. And I felt like if he was making $100,000 a month in real estate, I can do that. So I started being around him more. My mindset started to change a lot more, and I was more of an open book to start adding pages in my book. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me having that small town or that Antonio's from this city mindset. Some people could be from just say Cleveland, Ohio, and all they know is Cleveland, Ohio. So they just got that Cleveland, Ohio mindset. That's all they know. But it's such a big world, so you gotta expand and be aware to expand yourself. And not only just from your city, but if you're just doing something that's not making a lot of money, and you have dreams and goals to get to do something, most people don't believe they can do it. But they see somebody that's like them, that's doing it, follow them, try to reach out to them, and see maybe they become your coach or mentor. Next thing you know, you're achieving goals quicker. You get what I'm saying?